this yesterday. Jonathan Taylor has obviously become one of the premier players at his position in the league. He said he might be the hardest guy to take down, one of the hardest runners you guys play. What do you think of Jonathan Taylor?
For sure. Definitely coming along. One of the best backs in the league. He can do it all, man. He's fast. He's strong. He can catch the ball at the backfield. It's a huge weapon for him, and he definitely stands out on tape.
A lot of people say the Colts are a physical team. Football is obviously physical, but when you watch them, do they more physical, or why do you think they're referred to as a physical team?
Oh, I think it starts with their run game. I think they understand that to be successful in this league, you got to have a run game. So, that's what they do. They give the ball to 28 and they let him work. They got a good offensive line. They got big physical tight ends and receivers. So yeah, they're a physical ball club. You throw in the play calling and stuff like that. I mean, they do such an awesome job setting up plays and working plays with other plays, and it may look the same to the defense, but there may be something they switch up. So just for sure a physical unit.
Does it help you from a prep standpoint that you played them last January as opposed to Atlanta, who you haven't seen?
No, it's just like I think we talked about this last couple weeks. Playing an opponent that you played in the recent past. I mean, it's good. You understand personnel, what type of things those guys do, how they look, how they run, how they can beat man cover, that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a whole new season, so we got to prepare accordingly what they've been doing this season.
If you don't have Tremaine and Starr, I know next man up, but that's a lot of snaps with those guys over the course of the season. Is that concerning at all, especially with what their strength is?
Obviously we'd love to be 100% and have no injuries, but it's the nature of the game. We understand that, so we're gonna go out there and fight with whoever's out there, and whoever's healthy is gonna go. You mentioned next man in, go out there and ball out and try to give this defense a spark.
What's the biggest difference between your favorite? The biggest difference between this Colts offense with Phillip Rivers 10 months ago and now Carson Wentz?
Even seeing Phillip, back in his San Diego days, how he was controlling everything at the line. He was making so many adjustments. He would hard count and then see what the defense is in and then just call. He was calling plays at the line. I don't think they're doing as much of that with Wentz, but he still is a general on the field. He still is orchestrating what guys are supposed to be doing and all that. So it's gonna be tough, whether if it's obviously Phillip Rivers in the past, but now Carson Wentz.
That's pretty impressive. Got it together.
Yeah, I just ignored it.
That was really good.
I tried, man.
Deadpan.
Yeah.
When you're going up against a team, when you're at this point, November, December on the calendar, and you know where they're at record-wise, I mean, you could do some serious damage to their playoff hopes if they were to lose that game. You're going to get teams that are desperate at this time of year, and I know there's a sense of urgency every week, but do you pay a little bit more attention to kind of the standings and where teams are, and do you know that going into this game that they need this, pretty bad, and because of that, they're probably going to, not to say they wouldn't bring it in week one, but
yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. I just think that this league is, each and every week you got to find some type of way to give yourself some motivation, give your team some motivation, have that chip on your shoulder, whether if it's coming off a loss, whether if it's coming off an ugly win, whether if it's whatever it may be, you gotta always have that extra motivation. So if they're coming in and they feel like this is back against the wall, they need it to make it to the playoffs. Obviously, we're gonna get their best. We're gonna get their best, no matter what. We're gonna get everybody's best. We like to think that everybody else can get our best. So that's the nature of the NFL, and we got to be ready for it.
Has there been any message from leadership or the staff? COVID numbers just across the country popping. You guys are dealing with cases here and then. Has there been an added emphasis of caution recently?
I think we're all aware of the situation that's going on. I don't think anybody in here is panicking and saying, hey, everybody put the mask on, that type of stuff. But at the same time, I think we're all aware of what's going on around the world, around the country, and even in our building.
Start off. How's he doing?
Yeah. Talk to Star. Feeling good and happy to have him back for sure.
obviously have done such a great job forcing turnovers, but the Colts defense seems to do that as well. Is there anything you guys can tell your offense about, like, hey, don't do this because it leads to this, or anything like that?
Nah, I mean, these guys, they watch a lot of film on them. They know that defense better than what we do. But at the same time, they do take the ball away. They punch the football a lot. That's something that, we try to do as a defense also. So I'm sure in practice, there's a lot more emphasis on our scout team trying to do that to our offense.
What did you guys do for game balls last week when so many guys had takeaways?
What do we do for game balls? You kind of just I'm not going to tell you who got the game balls, but at the same time, we all just appreciate everyone working hard and making plays, and it doesn't really matter who gets the game balls. We're going to go out there and we're going to make plays.